Hi students, welcome back to your social studies class. Today we'll read economics second chapter sectors of the Indian economy. Students, let me explain you what do we mean by sectors. Why we need to divide the Indian economy into various sectors. Now, students, you will find that people engaged in various activity in our around surroundings nearby or daily in our life since morning we get up till we go to sleep in night. When we are sleeping also there are many people who are working, so these people are engaged in various activities. Various things are happening around every minute, every second. Even when we are discussing, when we are talking also something happening. Now, so to understand all these activities in a better way, one of the best way is to classify them into group, various group. Now, the criteria which is used to classify them or divide them into certain groups is known as sectors. Now, our Indian economy is basically divided into three sectors. First one is primary sector, second one secondary sector, and third one tertiary sector. Students, there are many activities that are undertaken by directly using natural resources. Like if you take certain crops are grown, like if you take cotton crop, cotton is grown, and mainly for growing cotton we depend on natural factors like rainfall, sunshine, climate. But not completely we depend on that. We depend on this but not entirely. Now, the product of this activity, cotton, is natural. So, it is derived because it is derived from the nature. Similarly, in the case of activity like dairy, in this case, an activity like dairy, the biological process of animals, availability of fodder, food for them is needed. Now, the product here is milk. It is also a natural product. Similarly, we extract minerals from earth crust. That is also a process which we extract from the nature only. Now, when we produce a good by exploiting nature or natural resources, such activities are termed as a primary activity. Now, why do we call them as the primary activity? The question arises, why do we call them as a primary activity? It is because it forms the base for all the other product that we make. Since most of the natural product we get from the agriculture, dairy, fishing, forestry comes from agriculture and allied sectors, because of which primary sector is also known as agriculture sector. Now, after agriculture sector or primary sector, the second one is secondary sector. Now, secondary sector covers activity in which natural products are changed into other form through various means of manufacturing activity that we see in the various industry or factory. It is the next step after primary. Now, this could be in a factory, a workshop, or at a home. For example, using cotton from the plant, we make or we spin them to make yarn. We weave clothes. Using sugar cane as a raw material, we make sugar or jaggery. We convert mud into bricks and we use the bricks to make houses, buildings. Since this sector gradually becomes associated with the different kinds of industries, we call this sector as even industrial sector also. So like primary sector is known as agriculture sector as it is related to nature. Similarly, the secondary sector is also known as industrial sector because it is completely related with the production, manufacturing, making changes, construction of roads, dams, railway line, these all comes under secondary sector. Now, after secondary sector, the third one is tertiary sector. After primary and secondary, there is a third category called secondary sector. This is different from those two sectors, but these are activities that help in the development of primary and secondary sector. For example, a farmer producing food grains. Now he need his food grains to taken into the marketplace or in the industry or factory wherever he want to take. Now he need transport. Next, before this he need to sow the seeds and all. He needs various things like fertilizer, seeds, for irrigation pump sets and all. For that all he need money. He need to go to the bank. So tertiary sector is directly helping the primary and secondary sector. Now again, in order to bring the or hire transport, he need to call to someone, that is communication. So the activities like transport, storage, communication, banking, trade, all are examples of tertiary activity. Since these activities generate service rather than goods, they are also called as a service sector. All those activity which do the service comes under the service sector. Now, it is clear that all the three sectors are depending upon each other, and without them, without any one of these, there can be imbalance in all these three sectors. All the three sectors need to depend on each other, must coordinate each other for their success. But the countries which are having more number of people working in secondary and tertiary sector, that country is moving towards the development, because not only agriculture, we need to generate more income and we need to generate the infrastructure of the country, for which we need to strengthen our secondary and tertiary sector. So students, will continue tomorrow. That's all.